I'm trying to get my work done, and then I cleared my desk off, and then this happened. How the fudge am I supposed to get anything done? Oh my god. And it just wiggles. It wiggles. Okay, so Halloween is by far my favorite holiday of the year, and I just realized that I have absolutely no Halloween decorations at all. So I thought I would try my hand at 2 different DIYs, and they came out super cool. So for the first project, you'll need some old wine bottles, some sponge brushes, Mod Podge, also some paper to make your labels, some craft rope. I'm using this from another DIY. I also bought this creepy cloth from a dollar store, and these are optional. I didn't use too much of this, but it's glitter glue. A mason jar, masking tape, of course some black paint, some wax, and then some cheapo crayons. So measure out your bottle to see how big your label's going to be, and then Google some labels, pick which ones are your favorite. I had to make a couple of mine because I wanted specific ones. And once you get those printed out, you'll want to cut them all out. Now to make it look a little old, I went ahead and crumpled it up like a piece of trash. After that, you'll put some glue on the back and then try to glue it as nice and straight as you can. Now for the inside of this, I'm taking some of these glitter glues and mixing them together, as well as mixing a little bit of the black acrylic paint to get this like gray color. I didn't want to put any kind of liquids or anything inside these bottles because I move quite frequently, so I don't want anything to break and like leak and get gross. And for the kitty cat one, I just went ahead and colored the top of it black and then put some wool inside to make it look like fur. And then this bigger bottle had like a bunch of writing in the back, so I went ahead and just painted that. And then I also painted a little bit of the label just to make it look like it all kind of went together. So for the top of the bottle, I just went ahead and looked up old paper on Google and printed out a sheet of old paper. And then I put that over the lid and tried to see, you know, if I need to cut a little bit or if it's okay. And just kind of squish it on top. Now you'll get these little white spots. Just go ahead and fold the paper over so that it's not showing. So once you get that, you'll take your rope, and I'm actually taking mine apart because I don't want the rope to be too thick. And I'm going to go ahead and see where I want to put it. And then I'm going to hot glue it to the back of the bottle. And just continuously wrap this rope around until you reach your desired length. And then we're just going to snip off the end and hot glue it down. And I'm just going to go ahead and crumple the ends of these to make it look a little bit more tattered. And if you really want to go the extra mile, you can take a lighter and light the edges of the paper on fire so they look a little bit old. Be super careful though, because it lights really fast. And for the other bottle, I just wrapped around this little creepy cloth. I thought it made it look pretty cute, but you can do anything to these bottles. And then for the other bottle, I wrapped it underneath the rope so that it comes out from underneath it and also comes out on the top. And it looks pretty creepy. So for the last step, we're going to take our cheapo crayons. I'm using red and black. I'm using only a little bit of the black and then 2 big chunks of the red. And I'm going to mix that in with the wax. And then once that's mixed together, you're going to dip the tops of your bottles into the wax to get that nice little top coating. Ta-da! And then you let that dry. So now you could be done with this, but I went ahead and took the little rubber bats, and they have little suction cups on the back, and I just took them off. And then I applied some sparkly glue to his wings, and then I let him dry. And then in the meantime, I got my little confetti skull and I poked a hole on the top of it, and then I threaded my little rope through it, and then hot glued it on the back to make sure it wouldn't fall off. And then I figured out where I wanted to put it on my bottle, and then I hot glued it in place, and then hot glued it as well on the back. Now back to the bat. Once he was dry, I put some glue on his underside, and then I glued him to the rope and applied him the same way as the other bottle. And they turned out pretty darn cute! I totally feel like I'm walking into some like witch's house and she's got potions. So onto the second project. I'm going to go ahead and get some images from Google, and trying not to get anything that has too much detail in it, I'm going to cut these images out and take some masking tape. You might want to use the wider masking tape. I only had the skinny type, so I just stuck them together to make a bigger sheet. And then I'm going to trace out my little figures. And then once it's traced out, I take an X-Acto knife to cut them out completely so they're like little stickers. And then be super careful when you're taking them off. And then paste them to a mason jar. Once those are stuck on, paint the whole thing black. You can also spray paint it, which might be better. And then take an X-Acto knife to take off your stickers that you stuck on there. And now I'm taking my X-Acto knife to just go over and kind of perfect the edges of it. And that should do it. So for the lid, I just put some Mod Podge on it and then dumped a bunch of sparkles all over it. And then I took a little tea light that I bought at the dollar store and I put it inside of my little mason jar. Made sure it was nicely situated. And then you're done! And you get this really cute little lantern that you can turn around whenever you get bored of looking at the same image over and over again. It looks really cute at night. And these are just a couple of the DIYs that I'm making, and on to the next project.